Hey everyone, it's me, Doomlink. That was a bit of a slow start there. I was doing strange things with my syncing there, but we got it organised. How are we all going? It is, I believe, the 57th part for my Demon Souls livestream series. And we are continuing with the Spiked Shield build. So again, probably my first objective at this time, maybe not first objective, but definitely, well, how about instead of going first, second, third, fourth, things like that, it doesn't really have to be in a particular order, I will outline the things that I want to do with this build at the moment. First is get, well, again, I said I wouldn't order it. What am I saying? One thing that I want to do is get an armor set that's a bit heavier, because I feel like I'm pretty comfortable with using the Ring of Great Strength here. The reason why I'm usually not comfortable with using the Ring of Great Strength is because oftentimes I'm doing a build where I don't have any Stones of Ephemeral Eyes, so I would like to have the ability to have a free ring slot for purposes of using the Cling Ring if I don't have any Stones of Ephemeral Eyes. Because I'm not using a lot of them during this build, that is to say, I'm not consuming them to kill myself intentionally or anything like that, we should be pretty fine with having a dedicated ring slot for the Ring of Great Strength. So therefore, I do want a heavier armor set so that we can get the full benefits of the Ring of Great Strength. Because having it here right now, total overkill, because we are using a light armor set. Another thing that I would like to do is get another Spiked Shield just to have on my back. If anything, it's just for the looks. It's not a requirement. It's not going to really even affect the build functionally. It's just because I thought it would be funny to have a shield in the left and right hand. So, yeah, as far as whether or not I would actually have one in the left hand, one in the right hand, and one hand the shield on my right hand, or in my right hand, I don't know if I would do that. I feel like it's better to just go two-handed and use it as a shield and as a weapon, because then, you know, I don't lose the functionality of the shield aspect, and I end up doing more damage with the attack because it's two-handed, so therefore it would make no sense to one-hand the weapon in the right hand. So, yeah, I guess it would purely be, not even mostly, it would purely be an aesthetic thing to have another Spiked Shield on my back. Anyway, I'm going to get my chat up, and then we will get going. As far as what we're doing right now, we will probably continue through Stonefang Tunnel, is my thinking. Alright, I'm popping out the chat. I was going to get a PS5, but they're all sold out, everywhere. Guess I won't be playing the remake at launch. I'm really sorry to hear that, Potato. I would certainly be more sympathetic if I were not going to be playing it at launch either. Or rather, the opposite. So, if I were playing it at launch, I'd be more sympathetic, but I'm not, so welcome to the club, you know. But, yeah, as far as a PS4 or even PC version, there's definitely a possibility that both could come, just not at launch. That's what I've come to realise. So I think no matter what, I am doomed to not play the game at launch because I do not want to give Sony my money so desperately, so they can not have my money, I guess, and promptly not care because it won't matter to them, because a lot of consoles are going to be sold. So, there you go. I'd love it if it were to not sell consoles though. I would love it, but unfortunately people do actually play other games than Demon Souls, so you would think that with the world being as it is, there would be less people with expendable income. So it would probably not be a good idea to force Demon Souls to be a launch title. But whatever, I don't really care. Hello Chubby, and hello Spaceman. So yeah, I think we will continue with the Stonefang Tunnel. I have a lot of stuff to put away here. I'm glad that I noticed this. Also, I almost forgot, I can actually upgrade my Spiked Shield again, so I will do that. I think it's because of all of this stuff that I have in my inventory right now. But we will of course put this away because this is very heavy in terms of item load. Alright. We will upgrade the Spiked Shield once more to get a little bit more damage. And what I will do before fighting the Flame Lurker or anything like that, and by the way, I don't know how the Flame Lurker fight is really going to work, it's probably going to be quite unpleasant, but before I do that, I'm going to try and get as many large Sharpstone shards as I can in World 2.2. So, yeah, we will do that. We might even be able to upgrade to +7, is my thinking. So, we'll see how that eventuates, but for now, let's go inside. The gaming industry is one of the few that actually did well this year. This is true. But the reason why is because, obviously, that's not directly affected by things like a pandemic. Because it's actually based on staying at home. So, yeah. But of course, the reality is that there is less expendable income in the world at the moment, at least in the hands of consumers, so there you go. Maybe if I do... No, that did not eventuate how I wanted it to. This is not working out at all. You know what, I think I just get clearstone from that lizard anyway, so can you stop? But yeah, I am very happy that my spike shield is doing good damage to these guys. I was afraid that actually they were resistant to impact damage, but they are not. They are only resistant to slashing, which was an interesting thing to come to realize. Stop it. Again, I really should be trying to shield, but... Oh, wow. I'm not performing too terribly well, as you can see. Thank you for dying. I do like the frequency of my attacks with this weapon too. I mean, look how fast that is. I actually thought in my mind that it would be very slow, but it's not. We got one large Sharpstone shard there into Alia, but still, we do have many more shards to get in this particular area. I'm just going through here because I can, mainly for the bad guys. That's really the only reason. And then I will go back the opposite way to say hello to the Black Phantoms and the Crystal Lizards in that area. For God's sake. What? Alrighty. Can you stop? You can see very clearly that my stability on this shield is less than ideal. And there we go again. Proof that attacking with the weapon actually can simultaneously shield, which is really interesting. I know it looks like I'm performing really poorly, but this shield is it's so weird to use as a weapon that it's just... it's far from intuitive to me. At least at this time. I'll get used to it, I'm sure. I think there's one more guy with a bag. That's interesting. The run attack is really effective. Look at that. Oh no, it's 127 damage with the regular attack, I see. Thought my regular attacks were doing under 100 damage. That's not true. Just moving my microphone a little bit. Let these explode. Killing this guy. See what he gives me. A pickaxe. That is a weapon that I almost never use now that I think about it. Let's have a look at its attack patterns. Actually, I don't have enough strength, I don't think. Oh no, I do. Must have an ability shortage of dexterity. Stop that. Yes, I know. No, it is a strength ability shortage, but I'm still able to swing it normally. Maybe that was a Dark Souls thing that made it so that the animation changed if you had a strength ability shortage. Yeah, well, he's resistant, but it's not a terrible attack, this thing, so I really should try to make use of the pickaxe in one of my future builds. I was shielding at that time, but apparently not. I don't know what I ended up having in terms of HP there. I have made it a habit to always check my HP in the hopes that it says 1 HP whenever I take a shitload of damage and I've only got a tiny sliver of health left that is barely even visible. See how much damage I'm doing to this guy compared to his amount of health. It's really not too bad. Just wanted to save my stamina so I didn't block that. I do appreciate the full moon grass, although at this stage I think I would prefer half moon and late moon. So I suppose I don't fully appreciate it. But again, killing these crystal lizards is probably going to be quite challenging for the reason that this is a fairly short-range attacking weapon. And crystal lizards are quite low to the ground, so... Ooh, this is actually working out rather well. I'm completely shocked. That did not work at all in my favour. I don't know if the Black Phantoms are coming. No, they're not. Excellent. That worked out so damn well. Alright. That certainly came as a shock. I wasn't expecting to kill them so easily. Now, I generally don't like fighting these guys in this tunnel because it serves to confuse the combat scenario. Because occasionally you will circle around them and then all of a sudden you can't fucking see anything. Because it's a tunnel. Like, imagine I'm in this situation and then I've got people to fight. Well, why did I actually, for the sake of demonstration, put myself in that situation? The whole point was that I didn't want to do that. For fuck's sake. Hello. Well, the thing is, okay, how about we just go for the parry? And then again, I can't do a riposta with this weapon type, so there's no fucking point. I'm used to fighting these guys with ripostas, but I don't think that's really an option this time. Yes, I can still parry them, but I don't like doing parries when I can't get a riposta. It's like I'm only doing half the damage that I should be. And more than anything, it gives you that opportunity with a riposta to turn the, how do I say, the flow of the battle completely in your favour. Ow. For fuck's sake. Ooh, the run attack's very good for breaking their weapon guard. Wow, I was unable to interrupt his attack there. Indeed, when he goes two-handed, there isn't much I can do to stop him. But I'm thinking a running attack might. Oh no. This isn't breaking his guard for some fucking reason. That's a little odd. Let's pick up this stuff. Black Ice Stone, chunk of clear stone, and stone of ephemeral eyes. Okay. Thank you very much for the Dragonstone, and the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, of course. And what I would love to do is try to kill this crystal lizard before I piss off the other ones, but I don't think that's going to be possible, even with the Thieves' Ring. I will try. I will certainly try. Hey, this might actually work, guys. I'm really impressed with the amount of damage that I'm doing here. Wow. Okay, guys. Let's try to... Okay. Kill it. Now there's another one too. Did I kill two? I confused myself because I obviously ragdolled the lizard into another position and I thought it was a second one. That is not how that happened. I hate missing that. Certainly I will be getting some use out of pure Sharpstone here, because I do want to use that on this exact shield. There we go. Alright, so with that, I think we can possibly take on... Well, we don't have to take on the Flame Lurker yet. We can try and get some more stuff. Look at this, I've been getting a whole lot of Hearthstone, but not much Sharpstone. That's a little annoying. So what I will do is go and head towards Patches, because there's another Crystal Lizard over that way, so I would like to get another chance at some more Sharpstone. Alrighty. Explodey thing over here. Stay out of your way. I think these scale miners do have the chance to drop clearstone, but I don't think they drop any other ore. So I'm certainly not going to be expecting or even hoping for Sharpstone to drop from them. Don't remember what's here. I think this is just Greystone, is it? Yeah, it is. I was reminded because it's protected by a rockworm, and those particular enemies do drop Greystone themselves. What's this? Got a club. Shall we try and kill this thing? Is it worthwhile? Probably not. In fact, how is the durability of our weapon going? It's pretty good. So, I suppose the reason why is because we only upgraded it just before. Of course, every time you upgrade a weapon, that is tantamount to repairing it. It never is really worth killing this thing, is it? So let's not. Oh, that is actually 2 FPS. Disgusting. Just disgusting.
You, how did you do that?
By not being mentally retarded. It's just a little secret of mine. It's my special ability, not being retarded. I'll teach you it someday. Although, for some people it cannot be taught. Alright, Crystal Lizard is over there. I know I just went past a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. It is that way by design. They have a Crystal Lizard there that makes you run after it. And in the process, you completely ignore the... Well, not ignore, but you don't look carefully underneath you to find what is in actual fact a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. So, interesting game design. How are you guys going for defense? Even you guys I couldn't really be bothered killing, to be honest. But yes, I will go and get the Stone of Ephemeral Eyes that is hiding. And I did say that I wanted to do, at some point, a patches build of sorts. My meaning being that I would use the Adjudicator Shield and the Regenerator's Ring, and also... did I say Adjudicator Shield? Yeah, so Adjudicator Shield, Regenerator's Ring, and a Spear. Now, I don't know if Patches actually has the Recovery Ring, or the Regenerator's Ring, I should say. But I think I may as well go all out and just try to get as much health as I can. Hello, Altarion Games. So, how are we going for large Sharpstone shards? We're doing really poorly, so it might be worth buying some. Unfortunately, I don't know how many I need. I can only afford 3. Shall I buy 3? I think so. For the sake of convenience, I think, because I don't want to have to keep going through here, trying to kill these crystal lizards on camera. You guys have seen so much of that in this livestream series that I do not want to subject you to it anymore. And as much as I say that, I don't want to subject it to myself either. I don't want to subject myself to it, yeah. Because I've done it a lot. In my own time, off camera, as well as everything I've done on camera, so... if I can ever avoid that, I will. So that I don't go mentally insane. Well, you can't really go physically insane. Maybe you can. What would it mean to be physically insane? I don't think that is possible. My point being that the phrase mentally insane is redundant. Okay, so we will probably go and try to find the Flame Lurker. I'm seriously not looking forward to it. And I feel as if I need a better armor set if I'm going to find the Flame Lurker. I am tempted at this time to go to World 3-1, clear 3-1, then briefly head into 3-2 to acquire the Dusk set. Or the Doom set, is it? The Gloom set. Dusk, Doom, together somehow create Gloom. Which I suppose makes sense, because Dusk starts with D, and then Doom, well, both... Yes, that's how that... Okay, doesn't matter. They don't really sound like a combination that would result in Gloom, but yes, the Gloom set is what I want. It is Yurt's armor set, which is very easy to get, and I'm kind of tempted. Seeing as though we've only got 350 souls to our name, and you can't see that, that's why I'm telling you, we may as well try to find a Flame Lurker. If I feel that he is too difficult for whatever reason, I will leave my souls in the boss room because it's only 350. And then we will indeed head over to World 3-1, clear that place, which is easier said than done, but I should be able to manage it. And then we will try to get the Gloom set before fighting the Flame Lurker again. I failed my roll. You know, I would have survived that. How the fuck did I actually survive that? I don't know. The reason why I said I would have survived that is because I was actually expecting death, and I didn't die somehow. Would seizures count as physically insane, I do wonder. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, Stone of Ephemeral Eyes over here. And let us try. Have I used it? What the fuck? I'm not doing well for grass at the moment. Let that be known. Okay, well, let's try to fight the Flame Lurker with 10 Full Moon Grass. So the first thing that I'm going to try is to see if... Come on. Get over here. First thing I'm going to try to do is see if I can attack through this thing with the spike shield. My guess is no, but I am going to try. Can you not do that? I hate it when you fucking back away like that. It's so incredibly frustrating. Get over there. Yeah, very good. Now don't you go jumping anywhere strange. Go on that side. Very good. I think I can hit him through that. Oh damn. Look at that. See how... That's a demonstration of the limited range of the spike shield. Most assuredly. Because it cannot hit through that. So that means I have to fight the Flame Lurker legitimately. Which is less than exciting. Yeah, look at this. I cannot hit him through that. Okay, that means it is actual Flame Lurker time, not bullshit Flame Lurker. We're being forced to fight him properly. Let's go, my friend. Oh my god, this is not a good fucking start. I don't want to shield with my spike shield because I don't think it's going to work very well. I don't know if you just saw the amount of damage I dealt to him. You can't because I'm slightly in the way of the far right side of the health bar. But I dealt 50 damage, 44 damage. It's a tiny sliver of his health. You know, I'd be able to do this, I really would. But not with the amount of Full Moon Grass I have. That's my feeling. I feel like I don't have a sufficient amount of grass to do this. Oh, I can actually almost stun lock him with my attacks here. That's really encouraging, actually. And then, of course, if I start trying to stun lock him, that puts me in a vulnerable position. Shielding's not terrible with this thing. Oh my god. Please don't do that. It's such a waste of my fucking healing. I may as well Nexual Binding, to be honest, to save myself a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, if I feel the need to get the hell out of here. If I reach 5 Full Moon Grass and it really feels like I'm not going to succeed, I will just Nexual Binding out. Heal, arsehole. I press the square button. Wow. Stun lock? No. So only in very specific scenarios does the stun lock work. You know what, I think I'm just going to Nexual Binding because my concern is both in regards to defense and also my offensive ability. Well, I didn't want to use another Full Moon Grass if I was going to leave anyway, so... whatever. Looks like we have to go ahead and waste a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes, but that's alright. So, as I said, if the Flame Lurker is too hard at this point for me, in fact, I think the Ring of Flame Resistance would help, but I don't know. You should be allowed to dual wield spike shields and go berserk. That would be funny. Okay, so yeah, I was going to say that I think it helps a little bit to have the Ring of Flame Resistance, but it doesn't help as much as you would think. That's the thing. Like, it's not a noticeable benefit. At least not hugely noticeable. Alright, we're going to put all this stuff away, which is no doubt weighing us down quite a bit. And then we'll see what we have in terms of upgrade materials to level this thing up. We do have enough to upgrade again. So we probably have some consumable souls. Yes, we do. We have a hard demon soul. Is there a reason why I didn't consume that? Or did I just completely forget to do it before leveling up at the end of the last video? Why would I keep that? So the hard demon soul is used for Fireball, the spell. It's also used for the lava bow. None of those things are of any interest to me, so I may as well just consume it, right? That would make sense, wouldn't it? I have no reason to keep it. Yeah, lava bow, fireball. I think it's fireball, or is it ignite? Or is it fire spray? It's one of those fire spells. Anyway, let's just do it. I don't need that shit. It's only 3,200 souls, so quite frankly, I shouldn't be agonizing over it so much. Alright. So, it's not too hard for us to upgrade this to +7, but I don't really want to go back into World 2 to try and get more materials. So we are now doing 151 damage, which, by the way, is not amazing for 3-1, but it's passable. So if you were to go into 3-1 with 100 damage, you'd be feeling some pain. But 150 is passable. Ideally, you'd have about 180. That's where I think it starts to get acceptable. About 180 damage, going through 3-1, and you should be fine. Anything less than that, and you'll be undergoing a bit of a challenge. But I'm doing this for the sake of the Gloom set, ultimately. So I don't mind. Again, the Spike Shield is a weapon that I've never properly used before, or at least not before this recording series, so therefore, it's going to be interesting to fight these enemies with this shield. Says the Lord Rydal man. I don't know why my character just decided to stop attacking there. I did not suddenly stop pressing the R1 button. But he decided that he didn't want to be cooperative. He decided that he was a free man. He was not to be bound by the desires of the controller. If it were desire. I suppose he was not to be bound by the commands of the controller. Yeah, that sounds a bit more applicable to the situation. What I do like about this is that it does, against certain enemies, stun lock them. Because this is a pretty fast attacking weapon when you are dedicated to repeatedly striking with it. It doesn't have to be a fast attacking weapon, obviously that depends on the person using the weapon in question. But definitely this is useful against the Cthulhu monsters at the very least. So I did come to realize that there is a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes just a little bit further along that I don't usually get. But because I went and got it in the previous build, I'll try to keep it in mind from now on. It won't stay in my mind forever because I'm always doomed to forget certain things as I play through this game over a long period of time, but it was only last build, so it would be pretty embarrassing if I had already forgotten about it. Even though I do play other games in between all the recordings of Demon Souls that I do. Yeah, I think it's about time we went and got this Stone of Ephemeral Eyes that I usually don't collect. All kind of guidance. So it's just up here, it's in the next room, pretty much, that we pass. Next cell would be the term. Alright, it's this one here, I'm quite sure. So I think it's inside the Iron Maiden. I think. But we'll pick this up anyway. Yeah, so I believe it's inside this. I love the sound that it makes when you open it. There we go. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And what I will do, for my own safety, is consume that. Alrighty. Or use it, consume it. I don't really know if it's something to be consumed. I feel like it's something you use. It's not like he's ingesting the fucking stone. He might be. But he's not a... What animals ingest stones to grind up their food in their stomachs? Anyway. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, certain animals do that. I'm not one of those animals, is the point. That was a little dangerous, but I managed to kill him there. Leaving him alive after that point would be very dangerous, because I could very easily get, well, I suppose, stun-locked in a sense, so I'd be on the ground, and then as soon as I would get up, I'd get hit by his binding magic, which would not be very good at all. Don't know who you're attacking, but this is not the first time I've seen this. Maybe he has sudden temper tantrums, I don't know. Here we go. Ah, he's doing 2 of those in a row, which works in my favour. That was a little dangerous, wasn't it? Basically, I didn't attack sooner there, because I knew that that was going to be a lingering hit zone there. Well, hitbox. Hit zone means something different entirely. I didn't want to say hitbox, so I said hit zone. But hit zone is totally incorrect, because hit zone refers to what we're hitting. So, anyway. Usually implies different damage depending on where you hit something. Hit zone. Definitely a frequent term in Monster Hunter at the very least. It's getting brighter and brighter. So what I will do is probably turn off my room light because it's, yeah, getting crazy. It's not going to make a huge difference, but it'll do something. Still going to be fucking bright, that's the point. Sorry for the sound of all this. Oh god. Alright, that should be good. You can listen to the sounds of this woman singing in the meantime. So I don't know what it is, but the direct sunlight at this time of the year is shining through the corner of my far left window of my room. And I don't know why it's doing that. It's so annoying. Because, like, that direct sunlight, it's very, very bright in the morning. It lights up my left side. You can see that it's mostly on that side. It's because that's the source of it. It looks weird, but that's the way it has to be, I suppose. I cannot control the sun. I mean, I could drape something over it to stop making it so bright. So basically, what I would do in the summer normally, this is what I did last year, was I would actually drape a sheet over my window to pretty much reduce the natural light to nothing directly in front of me. I'd still have some natural light further along my room to sort of light up the room, but I just wouldn't have direct light on my face, and then I would use my room light to have more controlled lighting. That's how I would do it, because otherwise I'd just be way too fucking bright. Sorry to rub it in, but Jesus, Bluepoint did an amazing job on the remake. Thought you were calling me Jesus for a moment. I am often mistaken for the Messiah. I'm not really concerned with you rubbing it in. I can't really control the fact that I'm not going to be getting the game. I do not envy those who are going to buy a PlayStation 5 to play it at launch. I really don't. Because, quite frankly, I have other games that I want to play. Not games other than Demon's Souls, but rather games other than whatever the fuck is coming out on the PlayStation 5. Exclusive or otherwise. So, yeah. Simply cannot justify the purchase. I'm content with that, so I will wait later. Whenever they choose to come out with it on, I guess, PS4, which is crazy because, I mean, my only alternative would be to maybe use a laptop as a stream PC, because I would not be able to stream Demon's Souls Remake on my computer at the same time as playing it, especially not at 60 FPS. So, yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen there. But I think trying to do a separate stream PC setup for the purposes of streaming would be a better alternative to perhaps going and buying a cheap PS4 and then buying the physical copy of the game. Because the thing is, I would want to get the PC version for myself anyway, because I would be playing it by myself. So, yeah, I don't know. My blinds are very, well, translucent, I suppose you could say. They do not keep out much light. I could get different blinds, for sure. Change the blinds whenever it's too fucking bright. Okay, what am I doing? Up here is where I'm going. Prison of Hope. I always thought that was an interesting juxtaposition. The name Prison of Hope, and then you've got this fucking depressing looking place. Very dark, very gloomy, very evil. Prison of Hope? Really now. Not feeling much hope in this place. There we go. Fresh spice and probably... No, I was going to say more fresh spice. Throwing a fast one, or pulling a fast one. If you weren't so broke you'd donate a PS5. That would be quite extreme, Jenny. But I would certainly appreciate that. I mean, if I were actually desperate, okay, if I were desperate to play the game as it came out, I would actually set up, like, a donating thing. For any of my viewers to donate to get me a PS5, but I'm not that desperate, so I won't do that. Because ultimately, I am fully content to eventually play the game. It's the prospect of never playing the game which really bothered me. Because I said to myself, well, I would never really have a reason to get a PS5 unless it got super cheap. And how many years would that take? 3? 4? Until it got about as cheap as, say, a cheap PS4 of today would be? Yeah. It would take a long time, and as far as I'm concerned, that's tantamount to never playing it. That was the prospect that was bothering me. But if it does come out on other systems in the future, that means I will be able to play it at some point. It won't be as it comes out, but you know what? I wouldn't be engaging in the community reaction anyway, because those people are not Souls players, to me. They're mainstream gamers who happen to play Souls, so I don't identify with them. I haven't identified with them for 6 years, seriously. So I don't feel like I need to be part of the community and play the game as it comes out. It's not a matter of me feeling myself superior to them, it's just a matter of not identifying with their opinions anyway, because they won't look at the new Demon's Souls game in the same way I will. So therefore I won't fucking get anything out of their reactions. Which also sounds bizarre, because it sounds as if, okay, if they don't agree with me, then I don't want to hear their opinions, but it's not that way. They're not looking at it from the same perspective I am. They don't have to agree with me. But they wouldn't be making their decisions, they wouldn't be developing their opinions using the same tools I would be, so I wouldn't be interested. However, if it were a proper community of Souls players, like if it were still that niche community, it would be so much more interesting to, along with the community, experience it in that moment of release. That would be so interesting. But instead, it's like everyone and their fucking dog and cat and sister and daughter and everyone is going to be playing the fucking game. And I struggle to think of something more repulsive. So, there you go. That's my very strong opinion about the release of Demon's Souls Remake. I certainly haven't fought this bitch before with a spiked shield, and that turned out rather well. I wasn't really holding out hope for a successful confrontation there. At the very least, I wasn't expecting a confrontation that would go quite so smoothly. But it did, so just as well. The rage montage of the noobs, yes, that will inevitably come. Well, no, they're not Souls players, Potato. If we're getting into semantics now, you're correct. However, my meaning was that they are not players of the niche. They are not people who played the niche Souls series. Semantically, yes, they are technically Souls players because they play Souls games. If I get the chance, Potato, I'll fashion a nice medal for you for coming to that realization. But, my point, and my meaning, is that they are not Souls players as Souls players were when I was part of the community. So therefore, there is no community for me to engage with, because there is a reason why I disappeared. Shit, I didn't mean to have a Widow's Lotus, that really was not my intention. That's what happens when things get randomly added to your ready-to-use items. Shit. Well, I say random, but of course it was. For a reason, it's because I picked it up and I hadn't had a Widow's Lotus in my inventory before. That's how that works. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good damage against this boss. I don't think she can ever spawn directly in front of you. She can spawn close by, but never directly in front of you. Whoa. I would edit that, Jenny, to say, and I know you're being sarcastic, but I would edit that to say, if they've played 5,000 hours of the series but have never touched the original Dark Souls or Demon Souls, then no, they're not Souls players, they're idiots. And I suppose there are less people today who haven't played the original Dark Souls because it did get a remaster. Now, if it didn't get a remaster, I'm telling you right now, even to this day, a lot of people never would have touched it. Never would have touched it. And quite frankly, that's ridiculous to me. Again, I've said this many times before, but it's somewhat acceptable for people, well, more than somewhat acceptable, it's perfectly acceptable for people to never have played this game. Because it was a PS3 exclusive, not everyone had a PS3, but the original Dark Souls was on everything, and no one fucking played that game until it got a remaster. Until it got syringe injected into them, they didn't want to play the game that started it all for the Dark Souls series, and incidentally, they didn't want to play the one that was better than all the ones they'd played thus far. So, yeah, fuck those people. That's the community that I left, and you know, I left the community before that time, I'll tell you what. I left the community when Dark Souls 2 dropped and everyone thought it was the best thing in the fucking world. Meanwhile, they didn't have any point of reference to even come up with that opinion. So, when I saw something like no one playing the original Dark Souls until the remaster came out, yeah, that's when I went, thank God I'm not part of that fucking community anymore. I saw that from the sidelines. I watched it like a fucking... Anyway, yeah. It was a weird thing. I don't really want the Doll Demon Soul, I don't think. They started playing it because of YouTubers. Yeah, fuck those people. Fuck them to hell. Probably haven't had an original thought in their pathetic lives. Ever. My favourite YouTuber played the game, I'm gonna play it. Fuck off. Do some fucking research for once in your life. Stop having everything handed to you. Spoon-fed to you. Through mainstream interest and advertising. Advertising. I only play the games that are well advertised because I don't see anything except that. If it's not well advertised, it's probably bad. That's not their actual thought process, but that's effectively how they're dealing with the situation. Because Dark Souls 2 was only successful because of how it was advertised. That's it. I'm glad, Spaceman. That is partially why I allow myself to go on these rants, because I know they're entertaining. And that's why I think even those of you who disagree with me don't take issue with my rants, because you are entertained by them. And I would encourage anyone to avoid being insulted, even if it does feel like a personal attack, because quite frankly, we all have our own opinions, and I'd be... If you deeply disagreed with what I'm saying, I'd be perfectly content for you to decide that I don't know what I'm talking about or something like that. That's fine. But I feel very strongly about it, and I've no regrets about those feelings. I have no fucking respect for the Souls players of today. No respect for them. Fuck them. Some of them I do have respect for. The people who actually want to see where it all started, the people who want to experience the essence of Souls as it was originally, give themselves some fucking context to the games that they're obsessed with today. Show them what's gotten worse, show them what's gotten better. It's those people who are too lazy to do that I don't have respect for. I would have liked to have grown up with the old Final Fantasy games, I just didn't really play them. I think I played, might have been 5 or 6, long time ago, but not for very long. Not for any, it wasn't a short stint for any particular reason. It's not like I lost interest, it's just I would have been doing other things and I just didn't continue it. But, oh, that's encouraging. The battery for controller 1 is low. Look at this, I'm doing terrible damage here, but that's okay. I'm not intending on actually completing this area. I will be given a shard of Archstone. But, Olivia. Yeah, I'll be given a shard of Archstone to, once I've acquired the Gloom set, return to the Nexus, so I will do that. I do hate these enemies, really. And they are so strange. That would be one interesting thing to see in the remake. How they actually have these enemies not be such a mess. That was one of the things that I always felt while playing this game. It was the fact that these particular enemies were just a mess. They were terribly done. The way they fly around, the way you can actually have them fall to their deaths even though they have wings. I suppose it was the same things with the gargoyles of the first Dark Souls. I wonder if they changed that for the remaster of Dark Souls. Don't know what it was, but the one thing that they just couldn't get right from Software was the whole design of the gargoyles and how they interact with the player. It was very odd. I understand why, I suppose, when they're flying around like that and they're rather erratic moving creatures. It's harder to really have it work properly. It's hard to have it not be glitchy. And I'm by no means a game designer, and I think I've made that very clear. But, yeah. I would imagine why that would be hard to make work smoothly. You want to know what's not working smoothly? The frame rate of this fucking game right now. Those are the main reason why this thing needed at least a remaster. I would have much preferred a remaster, but if the remake's good, then that's great. It's certainly more risky to have a remake, but if they succeed with it, as Jenny is suggesting Bluepoint did, then that's probably better than a remaster. But what was most important was that we had a game that ran smoothly. I don't know how it's going to be killing you. I guess I could just push you off the edge, can't I?
Do you wish to die so soon?
You wish to die so soon. The only one who's going to be dying is you, mister. Unless he does actually succeed in killing me, which is possible if I'm performing like this. He can attack through my shield with his shottle, so let's try to push him off the edge. Come on, how are you still? This guy is incredible. He's got balance unrivaled by the greatest surfer of the world. Or unrivaled by the greatest surfers of the world. I'm about to actually, you know, die. My life is about to end. Okay, instead of pushing him off, let's just fucking kill him normally. Let us do that. Because we're doing decent damage to him. Uh-oh, he's pissed. Look at him.
Why you?
Why you? Yeah, sorry. Again, as I've said, there is no real reason to keep him alive because he will kill Mephistopheles anyway. Alright, I don't think I'll be able to fast roll with the Gloom set with the Ring of Great Strength for the reason that I don't think I've actually leveled up my endurance, but it doesn't matter because I'm only using the spiked shield, which is not a heavy item, clearly. Yeah, weight is 3, and yeah, I can just fast roll with that fairly easily. So, how am we going then? We've got equip burden 32.9 out of 70. Huh. Well, there you go. I don't think I will actually put points into endurance. I think it's fine. We will just use the Ring of Great Strength. And this will be our set right here. This is going to be the visual appearance of the spiked shield build. And I'm kind of tempted to just continue through World 3 too. It's going to be really painful to kill those weird centipede looking things, or those creepy crawly creatures. But the point is I can probably just run past them anyway. I've got 31,000 souls, so killing Yurt must give you lots of souls. I didn't realise. I should really try to pay more attention to that, because maybe that would encourage me to kill him every time, just for the souls. It's not too difficult. Sometimes I just walk straight past him, even though I should kill him. I suppose the reason why is because sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm not going to need Mephistopheles in this build. But I think if he drops, say, 15,000, 20,000 souls, hey, that's worth it. I'll kill him every time. It's more of a remaster. Everything is the same but enhanced graphics. That's really good to hear. That's really good to hear. Good on you, Bluepoint. I've got no idea what the situation was for Bluepoint. I've got no idea if they had people whispering in their ears saying, do this, do that, and they chose to ignore it, or they didn't have those people whispering in their ear in the first place, but I certainly have a lot of respect for them because they had no real need to be faithful. They had no need, because so many people playing this remake will have never played this game before. A lot of them will never have even seen this game before. Not all of them, certainly. I mean, I would say plenty of people have seen Demon's Souls by now. 5 years ago, fuck no. But by now, yes. Even as of a year or two ago, there was a resurgence of interest in Demon's Souls. And people started to look at the game and see how it was. They didn't go so far as to actually play it, because that would require some degree of effort on their part, which is more than most are willing to do. But they did check out the game. But yeah, certainly as far as how many people have played it, a limited number, most assured. So they did not really need to be faithful to it, but they chose to do that, and I have a lot of respect for Bluepoint for doing that. And me being the pessimist that I am, I said that while Bluepoint has a good track record for remasters, or remakes I should say, there was no guarantee that that was going to be the case for this game, because so much was riding on it. So much was riding on its quality. Such as, you know, the selling of consoles for the PlayStation 5 at launch. That's kind of a lot. That's quite a responsibility to shoulder. So, yeah. If anything, I had a feeling that this would result in excessive changes being made. But maybe even the powers that be that would have the ability to whisper in Bluepoint's ear and actually make changes, maybe they themselves knew that what we have here is, in and of itself, perfection, just with a few rough edges that needed to be smoothed out. So, good on them for coming to that realization and realizing that change, the power to change, or with the power to change comes great responsibility. And it's very easy to fuck it up, especially with a game like Demon's Souls, so. I think the reason why they're not talking about Elden Ring is because they don't want to distract from Demon's Souls. They want as much Demon's Souls hype as possible at this time. That's not to say that if they were to start talking about Elden Ring, that would somehow impact the sales of Demon's Souls, but they just want the collective psyche of gamers to be fully absorbed in Demon's Souls at this time. So, yeah. Which is strange, because I don't know how much money From Software is going to make from the remake. I would guess they would stand to gain most of it, or at least a hefty percentage. I don't think it's Bluepoint only. Sony and Bluepoint only. I mean, unless From Software are purely the developers, because how it works is developers, as I understand, just make the game, whereas the publishers make the money. Now Sony, in the case of Demon's Souls, I believe, was the publisher, and so they make the money. Not 100% about that, but I think maybe From Software doesn't have much to gain financially from the release of the remake of Demon's Souls, which would be a shame, but yeah. I'm sure From Software makes their money in other ways. But probably not directly through game sales, or at least not the bulk of their money. Look at this fucking confrontation. You see what I mean? I understand. I said I mean twice. But I understand that I'm using the Thieves Ring, but that is such a dysfunctional confrontation. It's pathetic. But yeah, Elden Ring, part of it might be to do with the fact that they don't have a clear way forward with Elden Ring. It might still be very much in the planning stages, and if you want to tie a noose around your neck, what you do is, in the planning stage, tell your fans what's going on. You don't do that. You limit details heavily so that you have the freedom to change things as you like, without the critical eye of any sort of fan base. Or even then, having to make an announcement, okay, well, we said that we were going to do this, but actually we're not going to do that. It's stupid. It's better to avoid that shit. So I think one of the reasons why they're not talking about Elden Ring is because it's still very much subject to change, so they want the freedom to be able to do that. So they won't talk about it. And that may very well be the primary reason as to why they're not talking about it. Not so much Demon's Souls being released in its remake form. That would be my guess. I'm doing surprisingly well in this world, but I have 33,000 souls and I know better than to attempt the man-eaters with this many souls. So what I will do is consume all of these, add them to my soul counter, obviously, and then level up once or twice, maybe even 3 times. I think I'm at still a fairly low soul level, so maybe I can get 3 level ups in with this many souls, and then I'll fight the man-eaters, and then I'll fight the flame lurker. Now, I don't think this armor set has good fire resistance, specifically. Actually, it's not too bad, yeah, it's normal. Normal fire defense. The benefit of this set is status resistances, that is to say, bleed, poison, and plague. Much, much higher than what you would normally find with an armor set. So, yeah, let's go and consume all this stuff. I will put it here. Definitely I need some grass, and I think Patches is here. Excuse me. So if Patches is here, maybe I should instead buy some grass and then maybe level up. I mean, what I should do is check what my level up requirements are. So I think I'll do that first, because I don't want to spend too much, or too many souls. I was going to say too much money. I mean, it's not money. That's pretty embarrassing. Referring to souls as money. It is effectively that, but they're souls, come on. Okay, so let's talk to you. What do I need? Wow, look at this, guys. I was right. I'm a fucking low soul level. So, with this in mind, are we increasing our dexterity, or what? Like, what should we do? Get you to 20 because you're close. Get you to 25. And then, ooh, should I level up? No. Let's hold it off there. We got you to 20, and we got you to 25. So, therefore, I think we'll save our 7,000 souls for purchasing grass. That sounds like a good idea. Alright, how many is that going to give me? Cool, so I'll take you to 15, and I'll spend the rest in Late Moon. Got 5 Late Moon. Beautiful. Now that is a good starting point for the upcoming boss. We don't have any Full Moon, but we do have Dark Moon. I don't really want Dark Moon, though. Well, I'm not going to use it anyway. Yeah, I'm sure the spiked shield is very uncomfortable to use. Look at its design. If you actually look at it, I think any shield, comfortably, the handle should be such that your fist, or the knuckle, or whatever part of your hand, like when you're holding it in a fist, this part should be making contact with the shield to give you a strong grip. But you can see that the handle is extending so far out that there is a huge gap between his hand and the shield, so that must be fucking awful. Because think about it. You don't have enough of a grip there. You're holding onto this little handle. It doesn't work. You know, if your hand was up against the shield, that would give you the force, that would give you the power of your arm to really give it a good push every time. But no, that's not what's happening here. And in the worst case scenario, you let go of the fucking shield from the impact, or rather you let go of the handle from the impact and your hand goes crushing against the fucking shield like that. Then you break your wrist or something. I mean, awful. Awful design. But anyway, spiked shield, there you go. And really look at the fucking thing. How's it even doing that much damage? I don't know. Anyway, so Should I try and level this thing up? Should I go to World 2-2 and try to get some Sharpstone? Let's do that. May as well try. May as well try. We're not going to be able to buy any Sharpstone because we do not have any souls to our name. We have 12. Whoop-de-doo. So, pretty sad. Pretty sad. But, that's alright. We should be able to get plenty of Sharpstone shards from the lizards. And again, I think this one only drops clear stone, but we will find out. I hate this one. This fucking thing. I really hate that lizard, I have to tell you. Alright. Let's run past this thing. I'm gonna get hit by that. Wow. That's embarrassing. I didn't get enough of a run up, or I should say I didn't start running soon enough. It's pitch black at 5:48 over there. Well, yeah, you're heading towards winter, so makes sense. Alrighty. So, let's try that again. I'm not going to consume a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes in case I do end up wasting it stupidly. Run past you. And run past you. I ran out of stamina! Okay. Winter is coming. Yes, indeed. Missed that attack. Alright. Full moon grass times 2. Again, that's all kind of guidance over there. Not so interested in picking that up, so I'm just going to leave it there. It might bother you to see that there's something to be picked up there, and I always ignore it. It's all guide of guidance. I don't need it. Okay, so we will position ourselves over here. Hello. Did I miss you, really? Okay, I'll kill you then. No? Look how fucking poorly this went this time around. Last time I did very well. This time around, I've done really fucking badly. What the fuck is going on? Like, last time it was perfect. It could not have been better. It could not have been better last time, and this time I'm fucking it up so hard I cannot even hit these motherfuckers. What the hell is this? It was like they were being handed to me so perfectly before, and this time I just can't fucking hit them. I think I missed one of them. Fuck me. Kill it, kill it, kill it. Stamina. Can I catch up to you? I think I can. No. Okay, well we got 2 after all of that. Archstone? No, well, hello, what's going on with you? Why did you just decide not to leave? Thanks for the Sharpstone, I'll take it. It's what I wanted. I'm getting a lot of Archstone. Maybe there's a higher chance of getting Archstone, because it usually is that way. I usually get more Archstone than Sharpstone from these things. But, anyway. Not a terrible yield, but we almost didn't get any Sharpstone at all for the reason that we got the Sharpstone from the lizard that decided not to fucking disappear. He was just walking around, maybe he was in a daze or something. It's a bit odd. Anyway. Oh my goodness. Again, I apologize that I'm doing things like this on camera. You've seen it before. Well, maybe there's some stuff going on over here. Maybe there's... although I don't think so. But if there is Sharpstone here, I'd like to get it. How are you going? And to be honest, one single upgrade is not going to do that much for my damage. How am I going for damage? So I'm 159 after my dexterity upgrades. Alright. Let's see what this item is. It's definitely not Sharpstone. Oh, there is a lizard over here. That worked out rather well. Don't you fucking jump off or anything like that. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. I hate you so much. Okay, thank you for not committing suicide. I really appreciate that. But I didn't get any fucking Sharpstone. Wow. Can I drop down to the lower level from here? Because that would be totally worth it. That would be totally worth it. Yeah, we can. Might hurt, but let's give it a try. That did no fucking damage. I don't know what this is over here, but I know it's not Sharpstone. It is a stone of sorts. It is Sharpstone. Well, I'm full of shit. I remembered the clear stone, but I had forgotten the Sharpstone. How weird is that? Let's drop on down. Did that really just happen? Guys, I drop forwards. Like, I drop straight ahead. I go forwards, and then my character's like, nah, I'm gonna fall heavily to the right. What is that? What the fuck? What a complete joke. Anyway, I mean, I don't know if you saw that, but that is a great demonstration of why falling mechanics in this game are utterly terrifying. Because it's death, is what it is. Fucking miserable. Anyway. Whoa. Quiet. I quite agree with you. That must have hurt. So I will try this again. We're gonna... I don't know what I did last time that was so effective. I had actually, I suppose, corralled the lizards right against these boxes over here, and they were not able to get past. Have they despawned already? This is only the third time. Isn't it 4 or 5 that they despawn after? What the fuck is wrong with these things? What's wrong with you guys? This is a fucking joke. What about the ones in the pit? I think... What? Isn't this the 4th time that I've arrived here? Maybe even the 3rd? I think it's the 3rd time I've arrived here, isn't it? And they're gone already. What the fuck? That can't be right. Does that mean that that's chance-based, or is it linked to world tendency? I don't know, but that's fucked up. Anyway, let's go back up here, I guess. The squishes in combat in this game are gross yet majestic, yeah. Those squishy sounds. I guess it creates the squishy sound when it's versus flesh. And, yeah. But nothing will ever compare to the squishy sound of running people over in Grand Theft Auto 3. That shit was funny. It was like that. You'd run someone over and it was like... And I'd be like... Doesn't feel quite so morbid anymore with that fucking sound effect. It was a bit bloody too when you'd run people over in GTA 3, but... God, then you'd have the... It might have been in some of the other games too, I don't know, but... I just remember it being in Grand Theft Auto 3 when I was playing that many years ago. But... yeah. Okay, can we not fucking fall to the right? What is that? Are you guys fucking seeing this? I'm being pushed to the right by some invisible fucking force, and I'm actually wasting my time at this point. Let's try that again. Apparently I need to roll forwards, but even then I'm worried that I'm going to be pushed to the right. Fuck's sake. Whatever. Maybe it only made that squishing sound in GTA when you ran someone over with a truck or something especially heavy. Maybe it was like a when you ran someone over in a car, but I just recall running people over and it making the squishing noise. And it was funny. Hey Vernon, good to see you. I don't see enough of you lately. I miss you. But, yeah, I suppose I haven't been playing as much Monster Hunter these days. Vernon, are you a Monster Hunter viewer? Like, exclusively? I mean, I know you watch the Monster Hunter, but... do you watch my Soul stuff as well? I ask because I don't remember. I've got a lot of people who watch me, and I can't remember who tunes in for what. Again, I know you're in for Monster Hunter, but... maybe you're interested in Souls as well. I'm just trying to establish that because I know I haven't been recording as much Monster Hunter lately. Okay, can we do this successfully this time? Hey, here we go. This is gonna work. You can't push me to the right now, you assholes. You assholes. You know what? The whole reason why I came here, the whole reason I've been coming here is to get Sharpstone, and yet I have not been killing that fucking crystal lizard over there. Am I stupid or what? Am I actually dumb? Perhaps. At this point, it seems to be the case. And to suggest otherwise would not be the honest fucking truth in my heart. Chunk of Sharpstone, well how about that? I'm happy to have that, actually. Mainly Monster Hunter. Yeah, all good. Just interested. Here we go. There is a lizard up here. Lizard. Ooh, that's not really what I want. I want large sharpstone shards. Chunks are definitely useful, but it's not quite what I'm looking for at this time. All the chunks in the world will not matter if I can't upgrade my shit. To the point where, like, chunks are needed. I need chunks, but only one for this upcoming upgrade. I will go ahead and waste the time to go to that crystal lizard that I keep walking past. And for your sake, I think this is going to be my last visit to World 2-2 in this recording. That thing didn't explode for some reason. Decided to leave me alone for once. I would love it if you would decide to do that every time, to save me the goddamn trouble. Now, where's the wheel? I think it's over here. No. I almost never have to turn this one. This is a rare case for sure. There we go. That's fair. You're one of those people who really wants to play Rise as soon as possible. I was watching some Rise combat recently. By recently, I mean yesterday. I was watching that Greatsword gameplay I did see when it was first uploaded by the Monster Hunter channel. But I chose not to watch it for some reason, because I've been trying to limit my exposure to Rise stuff. And I don't know, I was a little disappointed for the reason that it's basically World Greatsword. In all of its intricacies, in all of its subtleties. I hate the way I hate the world roll. I hate it. I don't like it at all. It doesn't feel right to me. So seeing the world roll with the World Greatsword in Rise really doesn't fill me with too much joy, but whatever. Because that's one thing that I just didn't like about World. It didn't feel nice to roll in that game. Just the animation, it just wasn't right. And to be honest, I feel like they can get away with more anime-style animations in Rise, because you're swinging around with a fucking wire bug, so I wasn't really impressed, but whatever. There's no guarantee that I'm going to dislike it, so I will definitely get it at launch and play it a great deal before coming to a real decision on that. Was Jumpy Greatsword for sure. You know, the guy that they got to do the voiceover, he was fine. But God, the script he had was shit. The script they gave him was a fucking pathetic excuse for anything. It achieved nothing, really. Like, some of the lines, not like the whole thing from start to finish was garbage, I'm just saying, like, certain lines were just, oh, what are you doing? Who wrote that shit? It's someone's job to write that shit, and they're probably getting paid pretty well, and I'm sitting here, like, thinking, I could write something better than that. Most Monster Hunter fans could write something better than that. And here we are, with the official fucking Monster Hunter Rise Greatsword gameplay, with delightful lines such as, something like, I think there was one line where it was like, now we must tread very carefully. I'm like, get a fucking grip. It's like a low-level monster. Jesus Christ. I mean, I understand you're trying to, I don't know, immerse me in the hunt, but it's a fucking bird. Shut up. Like, and of course I would not for a moment blame him for that. He was obviously told to perform it that way, and was given a script to read. Whoever wrote that shit is the fucking idiot. And, like, I'm just sitting here trying to watch that. Like, I would much prefer something more analytical. Something a bit less of a fucking performance as well. So silly. What's my take on David Attenborough? Some old goofball who supports culling the human race, or is he a national treasure? That would be the former, Peter. I do agree that he's probably not the He's definitely a bit overhyped these days, but I don't have a specific opinion about him for the reason that I haven't done much research on him recently. But I wouldn't trust any person who's too celebrated in popular culture today. Because the world today is filled with idiots, and rather than take an opinion based on limited information, I'll just say, I don't know, but I'm not going to be sitting here worshipping him, I'll tell you that much. But I'm sure he can make me feel guilty about climate change, so there's always that. Good on Mr. David Attenborough, you delightful man. I do have a lot of respect for any person who's been in a particular line of work for so long, though. What is he, like, almost 90 now? Maybe he is 90. He's an old man, and he's been in that since probably the 60s, I think. He's been heavily into wildlife television, and I've got a lot of respect for those sorts of people. That's about all I can say about David Attenborough, and I don't know how he relates to this conversation. I guess because I was talking about the guy doing the voiceover, and the guy doing the voiceover happened to be British. But, yeah, for Rise, that is. But, yeah. Intergalactic treasure. I wish he were vegan, though. Wouldn't that be a delight? Imagine if he were vegan. Then everyone would be vegan, I suppose. If you got fucking... what's his name? Elon Musk and David Attenborough to be vegan, I think the meat industry would die. Quite frankly, with how people worship those two. If your average person had Elon Musk on their dick and David Attenborough eating out their arsehole, that would be the epitome of bliss for most people, from what I can tell. Anyway. And I'm sorry for the image that I just put in your mind. We are going to try the man-eater boss. I will actually, before I forget, because I might forget, consume this Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. And tread very carefully. Because there's a fucking enemy that can one-shot me up here. Almost one-shot me, I would guess. Maybe not actually one-shot me. He's 93, my god. Ow! Well, that's how much damage I'm taking from that guy. 93. He's doing well. Gotta love those English genes, man. Has anyone ever wondered why Americans die so young? Whereas the English, who are not, by the way, particularly healthy in the way that they eat, in the way that they drink, they fucking live forever. Has anyone ever questioned that? What happened to the gene pool, man? The British are doing something right. Can you actually chase after me? That's what you're thank you. That's what I've been standing here waiting for you to do this whole fucking time, you stupid thing. Anyway. But yeah, English people, they live for a long time. Not all of them, obviously, but generally, like... English people, they'll hit 80, 90, and they'll be walking around like, yeah, whatever. Get me a nip of whiskey or whatever. Some of them are still smoking. Yeah, it's just a different world over there. Just a different world. Anyway. Attempt 1 at man-eaters. We'll see what happens. I'm not filled with excitement. I'm not filled with, what's the word? Positivity, I guess. Optimism, that's the word. I'm not filled with optimism, but sometimes you just can't think of a word, can you? But, yeah. Here I am. Because I was trying to think of the antonym to pessimism, and I was like, what's that again? Oh, Doomling's silly mind. Okay, here we go. Whoa. Again, I hate it when he keeps going back and forth. He wants to play this little game with me. No, you don't. I'm not doing an incredible amount of damage to him, but it's not less than ideal damage as well. Like, it's certainly... it will get the job done. But I will have to deal with the other one appearing at the same time, unfortunately. He was going to shoot something at me, but his thing got cancelled. His animation got cancelled, yeah. Thing. animation, dude. Like, try to be slightly articulate when you're recording. Try. Come on. See this fucking shit? I can't do anything. I'm using a spiked shield, asshole. I can't hit you when you're up there. If you come down to that level, I can almost hit you. Almost. Just calm down. I feel like every time I fight this guy, I'm just eternally frustrated by his antics. Yes, come down. Thank you. Ow. The other one's here. That's a problem. I will heal, and then I will take this opportunity to hit him a bunch of times. Because I don't want him to power up, incidentally. So what I will do, just for the sake of being careful, is head up to the middle. Because that is the safest place to be. I don't know if you are the one. You are the one. Whoa. Stop. Fighting both of them at the same time is less than enjoyable. Let me tell you that. To say that I'm filled with alacrity would be a lie. Anyway. Stop. Well, this asshole here is almost dead, so... Ow. But yeah, I'd love it if he died soon, you know. The one that I want to hit... Oh, that's you. You are the one. I didn't know that. I'm actually at risk of death. Holy fuck. That's the name of the pilot who's going to be taking me back to... the Nexus when I die. Holy fuck. What a you want to know a national treasure? Holy fuck. That's a national treasure. Not of any English-speaking country then. More like China. Holy fuck. I know that's not his real name. But I can't remember when was that meme? It was like 2013 or something, but like that was golden. I always thought that was so funny. What were the other ones again? You had Holy Fuck, you had Something Wong, that's right. And Something Wong. Oh, so funny. I think the beauty of it was that it was an actual fucking news broadcast. It's one thing if it's just some guy's idea that you would have pilots on a fucking plane that crashed have ironic Chinese names, but oh my god. To actually have it read on a news broadcast, that's the funniest thing ever. That's why I'm always referencing it, even to this day. I'm usually only referencing Holy Fuck, though. It's usually in a moment of exasperation. I'm like, oh, holy fuck. And then I take it the next step, and then talk about a pilot or something. In this case, Holy Fuck is going to be the pilot taking me back to the Nexus, which is one of my better jokes. Although the performance, or rather the execution of the joke, could have been better. Oh, very funny. Stop it. At least I killed the other one. We're not out of the woods yet, though. Let me make that clear. Don't you hit me with that shit. It was a fake plane crash. I don't even... Did it crash? I don't know. Like... So you're saying the plane didn't even crash? I don't know, man. I just remember it being read out. And then I think the next day they had to apologize. Because they read out the fake names. What are you doing? Don't tell me he's going to stay like that. Okay, good. His AI just had a moment. He was wondering if he wanted to stage a fake crash for me. To illustrate the point of the conversation being that Holy Fuck was the pilot of a plane that didn't actually crash. Or something. Come on. Anyway. Ow. Don't you fuck, that's scaring me. Don't do that. I'd be better off just fully healing, wouldn't I? I should have used a half moon for that. You saw it on TV live, that's funny. It may have been real, but I don't think so. Man, I envy you. You saw it on TV live. That is funny. That's really funny. I'd be there like... I'd be choking on my dinner. I'd be in tears. I'd actually just... Oh. I mean, I'm usually in tears when a Chinese name's read anyway. But that's pretty funny. Because usually it's like Jonathan Wang or something like that. And like he said Wang. It's funny because Wang means penis and all of that business. There are a lot of Wangs, you know. I know it's Wang. Wang. But you know, you think you'd spell it with like the H-U-A-N-G or whatever it is. That way it's not like Wang. Because Wang is not... Anyway, let's not get onto this subject, but it's, I don't know. It's their own language, they have a right to call themselves Wangs if they want to. But, I don't know. My friend fell to the floor crying, laughing. Good. That sounds perfect. It sounds like what would have happened with me. I mean, it makes you wonder how the reporter didn't have the same reaction. I mean, something stinks at that point, doesn't it? I'd just be like, okay, sorry everyone, but like, what is this? This can't be what's happening, surely. Like, that would be my professional reaction. I suppose it would be on account of the professionalism of the television presenters if they were not, like, if the whole studio was not erupting in laughter, like... Anyway. Very funny, very funny. Whoa. That did not really do any damage. Of course, whenever I kill the man-eaters, I'm straight into the Archdemon, because the Archdemon's fairly easy to deal with. Oh my god, I'm about to get fucked. Fortunately, that hit the wall. Very fortunate. I'm really kind of disconcerted by the fact that I'm doing almost no damage to this fucking enemy. But... yeah. I think we'll be okay. I hope. I feel like this is very loud, but whatever. What with the bell and everything else. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Stop that. Thank you for dying. And I think that was only the first one. There's another one. And it took so long to kill that one. That's terrible. Whatever. That is my charge today. 'Tis what I've been tasked with. I'm hungry. It's 10 AM. Whoa. Yeah, I've been awake for 4 hours, so... food would be nice. Uh-oh. That was a bit close. Do your run. Thank you. Yeah. Trying to look for me, are you? Take that. I'm playing a dangerous game because I feel as if I will die. If he does the whole tentacle wraps around my face thing, yeah. I think that will be death for me, but I survived, so just as well. I'm currently sitting on 22,000 souls, which is nice. We do have the old monk ahead of us. I hope I have sufficient grass for this. I think I do. Yeah, we are two close-ranged combatants at this time, which works out rather well, possibly. Probably not. Again, it works really well in our favour when our attacks can simultaneously shield the attacks of the enemy. It works out very well. Okay, I need to be careful here. There we go. Rolled out of the way of that. And I don't believe he can parry my shield attacks either. Which is something that he can do occasionally. He can parry you, although I have never seen him perform a riposta. Never seen that. So, that uppercut's scary to me. See that? He actually made contact with me before I made contact with him, but because my attack doubles as a shield maneuver. Holy shit. Are you seeing this? I need a full moon now. One of the harder things to deal with this boss is healing, and I was just fortunate enough to actually successfully heal that. So, oh fuck me, wait. Yeah, it's a little dangerous when I have to be this close to him, because his whole idea is closing the distance and then hitting you with his magic. Fuck off, you prick. Got more magic coming. Almost rolled into it. It's a bit slow going, but I think we'll be alright. Well, let's not get hit by this. He actually helped me in that situation. Thank you very much, Mr. Monk, who is rather aged. I mean, you are not literally the old monk, but you are, in this case, his representative. You're wearing his bathrobe on your head, which is fair enough. Oh my god. Fortunately, that didn't hit me entirely, it only got me a little bit there. Hit him, there we go. Get over here. Well, I said get over here, but I didn't really want him there immediately as I said it. Let's go. He's almost dead. Sadly, I can't do any backstabs or ripostas against this guy with this shield, but that's alright. 'Tis the spiked shield build, and that is what we have to deal with, unfortunately. I will heal here for my own safety. The boss is almost dead. Not doing well for stamina. The confrontation, is nearly over. There we go. And so his life comes to an end. The demon was destroyed. Yellow Demon Soul. You've obtained the soul of an Archdemon. Interestingly, this ended up being the first Archdemon that I killed. That's why I got that message now. Normally I'd get it with the Dragon God, you know. Alright. It's been a while since I killed an Archdemon before the Dragon God. There you go. So, what do we want to consume here? We of course want to consume the Mixed Demon Soul. I do not want the Yellow Demon Soul for anything in particular, so we will consume that as well. It's 26,000 souls for the Mixed Demon Soul. That is another 20,000. And we now, ladies and gentlemen, have a total of 101,920 souls. Which is a fucking lot of souls for my current soul level. I mean, compare the souls required to the souls that I have on hand. Crazy. We're taking you to 30. We are taking you to... Are we taking you to 20? Let's do it. That's a lot of upgrading that's going on right here. We don't have any other stats that we really need to upgrade other than... Well, I suppose strength we could upgrade. Because I think attack power... Well, the attack power will upgrade with both strength and dexterity, so... We don't have a reason to upgrade our strength any further, do we? Because we don't need it for the shield, and... Our shield only very slightly receives more damage from... or very slightly scales off strength, so... I may as well just keep it at 11, honestly. What does the max upgrade of the Spike Shield have in terms of strength scaling? I think it's... If it's a C, maybe I'll put points into it. No. Spike Shield plus 10 is D scaling with strength, C scaling with dexterity. Now it's still not worth making a sharp spike shield, because again, it's only worth it if you get it to +5, and I just don't want to force myself to try and get pure Bladestone. It's too much. Too difficult. It might be worth getting strength to 20, but I don't think I'll do it yet. I think I'll put some points into something else, maybe vitality. We'll put points into vitality, shall we? There we go. We leveled up a lot right there. We are now soul level 42, which is not a very high soul level, which puts into perspective how low we were before. But yeah, we are now doing how much damage? 164. Not great, but there you go. What do we need to upgrade our shield? Oh, we've actually acquired enough large shards, so what we can do is buy some regular shards of Sharpstone and level this baby up. We don't have many souls, so I need to make sure that I'm not overspending here. Ah, shit. So we can... I needed to make sure that we had enough souls to both buy the shards and also upgrade the shield. We should be fine. So, let's go and do that. Okay. Fortunately, again, regular shards are not very expensive, so... Again, I haven't said that before. Maybe, again, in the sense that you already know that, so I'm saying it anyway. How long have we been live for? 1 hour and 36 minutes. I probably don't need to go live for much longer than this, do I? I don't really want to do long recordings. It's by 4. Says the filthy man. He is a man who is not well kept. Well kept. Anyway, he is not well, he's not clean. At the very least, he's certainly not clean. We shall upgrade the spike shield. What do we need for the next upgrade? We need 3 chunks, and then the same number of large shards and regular shards. But now we actually... Oh, this is a good point. We now have access to World 1-3, so we can go and kill that crystal lizard. I'm thinking we're not going to do much damage at all to this crystal lizard, which is a concern. We'll see. If it really feels like I'm not doing enough damage to the crystal lizard yet, I won't try to engage it more than once, because I don't want to waste my opportunities to fight it, but yeah. We might be fine. We'll have a look and see. And then after that, I think that'll be the end of the recording. Did I decide that I wanted to keep my Demon Souls recordings at a minimum of 2 hours? Maybe. But, too bad. It'll probably end up being about 1 hour and 45 anyway. Which is close enough, in my opinion, to 2 hours. There you go. I may or may not today do a Twilight Princess recording. I could, I don't think I will, but it's possible. Basically, I'm waiting for a new beer glass to be delivered, which will come today. However, the guy has made it so that I need to sign for it, so if I don't sign for it, that's going to be annoying. Like, if I don't notice that the guy comes. Some of these postmen, what they do is they don't really want to interact with you, so if they can leave a card for you to pick up the thing at the post office, they'll do that. They will take that opportunity. So, if you don't hear the door, if you don't come fast enough, there's the card. Gotta go pick it up at the post office, and sometimes the package doesn't arrive at the post office until the next day. Not always, but sometimes that happens. And if that happens, well, I'm not going to be able to use the glass today, but the glass is going to be a triple Camille glass. The reason why I don't have that glass, or I have only now just acquired one, is because I nearly fucking fell over, but had I been sitting down, I would have fallen over, but I went into the bottle shop. I always check the Belgian beer section just to see if they've brought any new beers in, you know, something I haven't seen before. Maybe Orval will be stocked in again, maybe Castile will be back in, you know, beers I haven't seen for a while in my local bottle shop. Maybe even things like, what's that one called again? La Trappe. Maybe La Trappe will be in. That's usually stocked only at Dan Murphy's, but maybe these guys will have it. Who knows? I've never seen La Trappe stocked with them. They usually only stock, at least these days, Trappistes Rochefort, or it's just Trappistes Rochefort, not Trappistes. I'm being stupid. That sounds very Spanish, doesn't it? It's just Trappistes Rochefort, and both 8 and 10. And what else do they have? They have La Chouffe. They have... Well, they always have... what's it called again? That fucking... That weird fishy tasting beer. I hate it. It's... Why is it on the tip of my tongue? Delirium. Delirium Clemens, that's right. Delirium Clemens. Hate that beer. Orval is similar, but much nicer, in my opinion. Orval is like the Trappist version of Delirium Clemens, at least to my palate. Hate that beer, but they always stock that one. Yeah, but there's usually the same suspects every time I go in there. But then, like, I walk in, it's like... It's fucking... You know, next they're gonna have Quark in there and I'll be shitting even harder, but basically they had Triple Carmelite, which is one of my favorite beers. Like, that has to be top 3, because it's basically a heavier Hergarten. It's got a really similar flavor, but it's just heavier, and in my opinion, tastes a little nicer. Apparently it was better about 15 years ago. They changed the recipe or something, so it's not as good anymore, but yeah, point is, I can actually get a Triple Carmelite from a local bottle shop. Holy shit. So I went and got a glass for it last week, and it's arriving today. So basically, if I can get that glass today, I'll go out and get some Triple Carmelite. I'll get 3 bottles. That'll cost me $30 to get 3 bottles of Triple Carmelite. Pretty crazy, right? 450 mils, I think. Or 330. Could be 330. Yeah, 330 mils. $10 each, shit. Anyway, point is that I'll get 3 bottles of that, and then we'll do a Twilight Princess recording. But I'm thinking that that will probably happen tomorrow instead. Point is, I'm fucking eager. I'm so excited. Oh, just the thought of being able to drink Triple Carmelite on stream. I'm so excited. Anyway, so we will see what happens. If you don't see any Twilight Princess today, I didn't get the glass. But, yes, we can buy alcohol at 18. That's pretty normal in most countries outside of the US. I think the US is, like, really the only country where... Yeah, because if I think about it, it only goes lower than 18, doesn't go higher than 18, except for the US, I think. So I understand why they don't let you buy alcohol at the age of 18 in the US, because different culture over there. Seriously different culture. I don't know what it is, but 18-year-olds in the US? Don't know, man. But, yeah, different culture, so I understand why. Anyway, I do thank you all for watching. I will see you when I am next recording Demon Souls. Again, we'll see if I am doing... whatever it is. Twilight Princess today. Again, whether I'm recording it or not will be your answer as to whether or not I got that glass today. But, yeah, I will see you all next time, and I hope you enjoyed this recording. Bye-bye.